Hey guys, I'm back for another video, and welcome to another Minecraft tutorial. And in this one, I'm gonna be showing you guys how to make this amazing password locked door. Do you have a room full of valuables, perhaps diamonds, emeralds, gold, and you want to protect it at all costs? This is the way to do it. It's an epic password locked door. So, I'm gonna show you guys an example here. This is the test model. It only is calibrated to use the password 12345, but it is configurable. I'll show you guys at the end of the tutorial how to do that, but let's try this. And as you can see, it let me through. So that was pretty cool. It even has tactile feedback with the sounds there. So let's get the password wrong. And it spawns a wither skeleton to kill me. So as you can see, I have this amazing device that's relatively compact. The password is order sensitive. It knows when you got it right, so you can open the door, and it knows when you got it wrong, so it could punish you. I'm going to show you one example before I get to the tutorial. It is in my survival island world. It is probably my favorite implementation of this thing. Actually, one of the only implementations of it. So let's go. Welcome to the survival island world. As you can see, I have this epic entrance to a vault, and it's got 3 pressure plates in the floor. Let's step on them. Alright, and here we are inside of the password locked door. I'm gonna let you guys know this entire left side is a bunch of dummy buttons. If you press any of them, you immediately lose. So let's type in the correct one. So 4 2 5 3 1. And as you can see, it let me through. Of course, we want to see what happens when we get the combination wrong, so let's do 1 2 3 4 5, just like with the test model. So this is when the password is wrong. The floor drops, lava pours in. Oh, and I used the escape button, which we put specifically on this door for testing that thing. But yeah, the floor drops in and lava burns you. Quite harsh, but you know, if you don't know the password, you're not supposed to be in there. So there you go. Alright, so there you go. You saw an example of how this password locked door could be used in a survival world. And I must note, the piston doors are not going to be part of this tutorial. I will be posting another one down there is where I have it set up. But yeah, if you want to see that tutorial, then make sure to press the card at the top right corner of the screen. But for now, let's show you how to make the redstone part. Okay, so to start off, you're going to want to make a wall of buttons that looks something like this. There will be 6 of them, 5 for the actual combination and 1 for a confirmation. So that should be something like, what, 10 blocks? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, no, 6, 12, 13 blocks. Yeah, 13 blocks wide, I believe. So yeah, once you have that, you go behind, and then we do some redstone. Of course, you don't need to have specific blocks for this other than this dirt. That is necessary because we're going to be using it to tune our note blocks. As you can see, we have 5 of them set up like that, and here we go. Let's tune them all. The way I do it is I have the first one set to 3 right clicks and then add 3 for each one. So 1 2 3, 1 2 3 4 5 6, and then so on. There you go. Now they're all tuned, so it should sound something like this. Okay, now to put down some redstone lines. We're going to be changing these later, so for now, just put a straight path. So 1 2 3 4, 1 block underneath, another block underneath, and then I would recommend white wool. It would be nice to have every single one of these a different block so you can actually tell the difference. But yeah, again, 4 blocks, one block there, another block there, and then white wool, or just whatever block you use to indicate where the redstone is going. It's good to keep yourself organized with a build this complicated because sometimes it could get really difficult. So for each one of these, you're going to want to build something called a vertical RS NOR latch. This is of my own design. I made it years ago and didn't find a purpose for it until now. So we put a block there, and then we get a redstone torch. It's now time to get all the redstone stuff involved here. There we go. Redstone torches like that. And then we grab some more blocks. And we have a right angle that looks something like that. Then we take another redstone torch, put it there for each row, and then we put redstone on top. And as you can see, the redstone line is now lit. And then we put a block there for every one of these. Just like that. Then we go another block out, and then a third up top, like that. So you should have something that looks like this. Put more redstone, of course. And then we put a redstone torch on top of each of these. A block on top of each of those. And then we connect these redstone lines right here using repeaters. Continuing on, let's put a block to the right of the redstone torch so it looks something like that. Do that 4 more times. And then put a row of blocks like this. And then we can put repeaters on top of these blocks right here. And then put redstone. And then comparators in the gaps. Then we continue this line out like this. And we should be able to connect up with the front. So then we continue our redstone line, of course, until we get here. And then we put one more repeater. So what you've just created is the basic logic that makes this machine work. So let's quickly show the functioning of this thing. I'm going to put some redstone going to each button. I would recommend that you also do this. You're going to have to break it later if you want to actually change the combination. So then let's put a button on each of these. So just as a test sort of button, let's press them in order and watch what happens with the redstone. So I pressed the first button, and as you can see, this piston has retracted and the redstone line has gone dark. That's a good thing. Press the second one, same thing happens. 3, 4, and every time I press a button, that signal goes away partially. And then I press 5. Now the entire thing went dark, and this is in a state where you have the combination correct. And of course, to reset, you press this button. Now it's back to the state where it's waiting for a password. Now what makes this thing smart is if you press the buttons out of order. So let's press the first button, and then even the second button. You can see that half of the redstone's gone out. Well, almost half. So then if I were to press this button prematurely without pressing this one, then it resets. Because what happens is, when you get a button right, the redstone goes out, and as you can see back here, this torch is off, and then this redstone signal can't make it here. So essentially, once you've completed this portion of the password, a signal cannot make it to this end line here. This entire end line that loops around is basically a big reset switch. If you were to press a button out of order, so if I were to then press this button, you will see that the signal here will turn off, turning on this torch, and then activating the redstone line, calling for a reset because it's not pressed in the right order. Now, if I were to press this one, the correct button, what it will do is it will flip the RS NOR latch just before the signal gets to the torch. So the piston will go off, the torch will it'll flip, but then the block won't be there anymore, so the signal will not make it. So it's a very smart little thing here. This is based on an old design of mine from years back, and now that the comparators have been added to the game, it really makes this thing efficient because the least amount of delay between pressing the button and actually having some processing going, the better. And yeah, I've also implemented my vertical RS NOR latch to make it a bit smaller. But anyway, yeah, press the button there, press the button there. Now let's press the last one, which is out of order. It sends the line and resets all of them. So if you verify that it works in this way, you're ready to move on. Now is when things get really complicated. This is where we get the logic that determines whether you got the combination right or wrong, and then it will react accordingly. Because right now, all we have is a redstone signal that turns off when you press the buttons in the right order. We need to do a little bit more processing than that. Let's put 4 blocks in a pattern that looks like this. 1 block up like that. And then we go over here. 2 blocks like that, and then up. And then you can see that there is a space between the two. We put a torch there, block there. So we've just created an AND gate. Anyone that knows Minecraft knows that both of these torches have to go off for this redstone to turn off. Then, of course, we connect right here. But we also want to have a repeater going there. So let's start off by going 6 blocks down, including this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We should have a block there. So from that block, we're going to want to put another 7 for a total of 8 blocks down here. So it should look something like this. So on those 8 blocks, we're going to put some redstone. So let's put 2 repeaters here, set them to the second to last largest delay. Put a block there, piston, a block like this, and then we should be able to put some blocks going like this going up, and then we connect this line with the redstone over here. As you can see, we've connected here as well. So when we press the button, a few things will happen. The AND gate is going to flip, and a signal will go down here. So finally, what we got to do, put a block down here, put a repeater facing out from that redstone, another block like this, and then we have to simply connect this redstone line. You'll know it's connected because the power is on, and then just connect it to the piston like that. All we do is we put redstone on one of these and a repeater on the other. It doesn't matter which one's which. And now we have 2 signals. So, of course, we don't need these blocks here. These 2 signals can go wherever we like. So, for example, if I were to get some red and green wool, I can demonstrate now that one of these is if you get the password correct, the other if you get your password wrong. To symbolize this, we're going to put red and green wool. So we got the password correct. If this goes off, we got it wrong if we activate this. So let's separate the currents now. You can do what you like with these signals, but I'm going to make it play a little tune for us if we get it right. So let's connect right here so that it's out of the way. And then we can start putting our note blocks again. And then we want to make it so that it's a rising tone. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So if we get the password right, it'll be like bum, bum, bim. And then we want to have something that happens when we get the combination wrong. It will have the tones that start high and go lower, which would hint that something bad is about to happen. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. And then we put a repeater here. And now we have officially separated the 2 signals. So let's give this thing a try, shall we? Oh, my mistake. Turns out you have to put a repeater into this block. I forgot that step. Alright, anyway. So as you can see, we've successfully conducted our first test, and all of the signals are still off. The thing needs to reset once you've completed. So what we need to do is take a signal, run it from when you get the password correct. So right here, the green. And then we connect up here. So let's get a repeater going right there. And then we just gotta connect this redstone right here. You can do this however you want. There's no specific way to do it. So officially the connected line there ends. And then we go like this. There we go. I don't know if the repeater's going to make it that far, so just to be sure, let's put one there. So, if we get the password right again, technically the password is still correct. And there you go. Now it's reset. We don't need to put a reset when we get the password wrong, because in order to get the password wrong, it resets itself anyway, so. And there you have it. So let's do this one more time now that everything is hooked up properly. you go. Then we can do backwards. And there you go. One thing I almost forgot, if you want to have your own custom password, all you gotta do is jumble these redstone lines right here. So let's come up with a password real quick, right? Let's get a sign. You gotta have one of each button, 1 through 5. So let's do the password that I had in Survival Island. So the password was 42531. So let's just put those there so that we remember how to do this. Now you gotta think of this almost backwards. So what's the first button you have to press? 4. So this one, the 4th button, needs to connect with the first redstone torch. So let's get this green line of wool and let's get working. And there we go. Okay, everything's connected. Let's add a repeater in here somewhere just so that the signal can make it that far. And alright, let's give this thing a test run. All the lines are jumbled up and they are not connected to any other lines. It's hard to tell the difference between this screen and this screen. And this red, but deal with it. Alright, here we go. 4, 2, 5, 3, 1. And the password is correct. Now we can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it's wrong. So there you go, guys. That's jumbling the signal. It's really complicated, but trust me, use different colored blocks for these redstone lines. It helps a ton when you're figuring out what's supposed to go where. And try to avoid situations like this, where you have to put a repeater. Because again, the less delay, the better. You want to be able to press those buttons as fast as possible and have no redstone glitches. So what I would recommend is put a bit more time than I did into figuring out where the lines are going. Because there's probably a way that would be possible to connect these two with a shorter amount of blocks. But, you know, this is just something I threw together. And anyway, yeah, so you can connect these up wherever you like. You don't need 4, 2, 5, 3, 1. You don't need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You just got to do a little bit of swip-swapping, if that's even a word. That is it for this tutorial, guys. Leave a like down below if you enjoyed. And quick note, you can run these lines of redstone wherever you like. So if you have a door, all you got to do is just connect redstone to a door. Again, a piston door would be a very nice addition. I will have that tutorial in the top right. Again, if you'd like to check it out, I would highly recommend it. And yeah, so, and of course, if you get the combination wrong, you could do something like drop the floor, maybe shoot arrows out of a dispenser. It's all up to you. But this is the basic logic for the circuit. Of course, you can make it pretty, fill in whatever you want. But yeah, that's it. So, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys later.